Hi guys, welcome to Galgorm, the host of the ISPS HANDA World Invitational, which is taking place here on the 29th of July to the 1st of August. We're here at the Press and Media Day and we're delighted to be joined by Director of Golf, friend of the podcast, Ross Oliver. Ross, how are you?
All's good, thanks. Great to see you in person, Jonny and Dave. Things are good here, getting very busy, but I'm very excited for what's coming up in the end of July, so it's all systems go.
So it's the sponsors and media day today for the ISPS HANDA, but it's been a busy 12 to 14 months for you between the Irish Open, a lot of course design, to the ISPS now coming up again. It's let's go back chronologically. How was the Irish Open? We haven't spoke to you since we were talking or previewing the Irish Open last year.
That's right. Yeah, it went fantastically well. We were delighted to have it, obviously, and albeit disappointing we had no spectators, but it was the year that was in it, I suppose. The course coped tremendously well. It was set up really well by Rodney and his team, thanks to the assistance of the guys at European Tour and Chief Economist Eugene and Andrew Snoddy and Miguel TD. Really good. Feedback was excellent. The greens were superb. Rough was really thick, juicy. Weather was tricky as well. So the course played really tough. And we had a really worthy winner in John Catlin, who had won just previous in Valderrama. And then came here and won as well. So tough golf courses suit John. So fantastic, great event.
You took that at really short notice as well, if we think back, because that was just about the time where everything started to be thrown to the four winds in terms of planning of any event. Yeah. This year you've got a nice run into it, probably a bit more time. What can we expect from the course? That might be different. I know Jonny will talk about some of the course changes itself, but just from your own perspective in approaching it, a little more lead time, probably a little bit more organisation that can go behind it.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously last year there was a bit of a rush and get things in place, and then we had the NI Open a few weeks before the Dubai Duty Free Irish Open, so a little bit more planning time now. Obviously we had the lockdown over winter and early spring, but at that time of year there's not a lot you can do. We were busy working on our projects rather than getting the course ready in terms of presentation, and spring maintenance, etc. So no, the big change this year is certainly the improvements we've made in the course, and the big one is 18, which everyone will see, and I'm sure you guys will look forward to playing it today. So
can you talk us through then what exactly has been done to the course now since we've seen it on TV? What can Dave and I expect? Yeah. You're saying off camera that there's no scar tissue. That's probably a good thing, but we're going into this completely blind. So what can we expect?
Yeah, so from what you saw last year, we have a new bunker to the right of the 4th green, new bunker to the right of 6th green, new bunker back left of 7 green, 8th greenside bunker has been redesigned, reshaped, and then we're on to let me make sure I haven't forgotten. Yeah, we're on to 18 then is the next big one. So completely redesigned the hole. We have a new fairway bunker up the left, about 320 off the Tiger tees, which really changes the tee shot, because it used to be you could blast it up the left, try and cut it in. But it's all then about the second shot or the third shot, depending on your ability or strategy. So new water feature left of the green, stream running into a pond, sleeper walls, some mounting to the left for spectators, and would put you in mind of Wentworth, the finish there. And I think we have the flag front left today, which is in the nastiest position possible.
Thanks.
So be sure to let me know how you get on later on.
Won't be going for the flag, so back of the green.
Yeah, you do all of your work in-house as well.
We do, yeah. Well, all the bunker work would be done by our team. They've done it for years, a lot of knowledge. We obviously work closely with the guys at the European Tour for their input and advice. But the heavy lifting's done by our team, which we're very proud of, and they have great knowledge and the ability and talent to do it. We work for the major project on the 18. We use local contractors, be it sort of an architect, and then contractors in terms of the actual heavy digging work, earth movement. But it's all overseen by Gary, our managing director, and Rodney, our course manager, and it's turned out a really good job.
So then with the ISPS coming up now, the end of July, you've got a pretty good track record or relationship with the ISPS. Stephanie Meadow obviously won the inaugural event. What can we come to expect from this event coming up with, obviously it's a tri-sanctioned event, European Tour, LPGA, and LET. For people looking to tune in on the week of, what can they expect?
Yeah, so it's obviously a big step up for us. From 2019 was the first year of it. It evolved out of what was the NI Open back in the day, and in 2019 the field was predominantly European Challenge Tour and Ladies European Tour. Now the elevation is huge. With the support of our partners at ISPS HANDA, Modest Golf, and the 3 tours, having a tri-sanctioned European Tour, LPGA, and LET event is huge. So we'll have so many household names from the European Tour. And the LPGA Tour, some international stars will be here, as well as all the talent from the Ladies European Tour as well. So it's a massive event for us and for the country in general, and for the whole of Ireland. We haven't had a professional ladies event here since, was it 2011 was the last Ladies Irish Open, I think. And even better, LPGA at that. So we're really excited. It should be a great week.
How does that come about? So obviously there's lots of different stakeholders involved. Who comes to who about getting this off the ground back in 2019, and then also progressing it to where it is today?
Yeah, I suppose it's a gradual process. 2019 came out of 2018 when we sat down with our partners at Modest and looked at what's the next step. Then that moved into discussions with ISPS HANDA. They came on board for 2019, and then out of 2019, we were having discussions with the European Tour, the LPGA Tour, and LET. I think back in probably prior to the 2019 event, and then at Solheim Cup in Gleneagles, September 19. And then we announced the event, I think it was just early then the following year. It was May 19, May 20. May 19, that was the 2019 event. And we were due to announce it last year, but obviously then COVID came. So it's an amalgamation of all stakeholders' thoughts, wishes and desires, and here we are today.
Yeah, it's going to be the first time as well that you're going to have your host touring pros as well, with the announcement that you've taken on Tom McKibben, and obviously Stephanie Meadow, who we actually just spoke to Stephanie just before you announced it. Yeah. I think back just at the start of the lockdown last year. So
yeah, we were talking to her, and obviously we could see on Zoom that she had the logo there.
Yeah.
And we were like, we recognise that logo.
Yeah, because it was there. It was just actually after I think we were speaking to you initially.
Yeah. So
you're going to have them here as well, which is great to have, I suppose, your host pros here as well. Firstly on Tom.
Yep.
The importance of having someone so local, and they're 2 local guys guys and girls that you have there. The importance of having that, and what did you see in Tom that made you go, we want to be part of that journey?
Yeah. So we've known Tom a long time. I think Tom first played here in like 2015 as like a 12-year-old in the NI Open Pro-Am.
Probably won it.
No, he wasn't far off. He was really impressive. And then he was at Pro-Am, and then he played the following year as a really young kid and like nearly made the cut. And he's obviously, it's well documented what he's achieved in such a short space of time. So really excited. With a great relationship with Tom and his family and his management, and so it was really good for us as a local young and upcoming player to try and support him. We say we're the Northern Ireland's tournament venue. We want to be associated with Northern Ireland's tournament players. So and we're delighted to be associated with Tom as he moves forward in his journey.
And then obviously Stephanie, who won the inaugural event, has really stamped a mark on the LPGA Tour as a regular there and a regular feature to the top 20, bringing her experience back from the US because it's obviously a tri-sanctioned event.
Yeah.
Will she be bringing a host of her compatriots with her? Is that the goal as well, to get her to get that field as strong as possible? Because probably at the LET at the moment is probably been not slightly overlooked, but it's certainly been very difficult for them. I think this event could be a huge shot in the arm for that.
Yeah, it's great for that, as you say. Now, we're just waiting to see how travel restrictions are in place for the women's Olympic tournament, and it may hamper Steph actually being able to be here. But we'll just have to play that by ear and wait and see. But Steph does a great job. Obviously, it was fantastic. She won here on home soil. It was her homecoming after being in the States for so long. Amazing for the event, and we've obviously developed that relationship with Stephanie out of that. She's wearing Galgorm on her clothing. So great ambassador for Galgorm, Northern Ireland, and the tournament itself.
Lovely. Well, I think we've taken enough of your time today in what's a pretty busy day.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Busy man.
Ross, thank you so much for chatting to us again.
Great to have you guys, and thanks for coming up. We're looking forward to a great year.